Today we're going to be making a tier list about the Don't Starve characters. If we're just going to start off with Wilson here, he's a pretty average character. Doesn't have many upsides or downsides, so we're going to throw him in C tier. Now after this, I would say Woody, pretty solid character. He starts with an axe, which is a huge upside in early game because making an axe can be pretty difficult. So I would also put him in around C tier as well. Now just above them here, we're gonna put Wart. This may be fairly controversial, however, he gets extra food from eating vegetables, and the Wart people don't attack him, and those can be incredibly deadly for your average player. So I'd throw him right in B tier. Um, so then after this, we're gonna rank the best character in the game, Wormwood. Wormwood's probably the best character in the game because he can get infinite sanity by planting and unplanting saplings over and over again. And sanity, as you know, is one of the most important stats. Usually, if it gets below 50, you just die because shadow creatures are unkillable. So, from this here, you may think, oh, you think Maxwell is a pretty good character, but Maxwell actually supports racist beliefs because all of his minions are black and they're unpaid, and that's racist. So he's an F tier character, probably one of the worst in the game. So the second best character in the game, in my opinion, would probably be Willow. Willow's a pretty strong character because she gets a lighter at the start of the game, so you can't die to darkness. And darkness is one of the most deadly things in the game. It's incredibly hard to counter. Most players aren't good enough to do that until they've played maybe 200 or 300 hours. I'm pretty good, so it only took me maybe like 50 hours to figure out how to make a torch, but most people are worse than me. So he goes there. Weber, pretty solid character. I'd say A tier. Spiders can't kill him. Spiders are incredibly dangerous. Even a tier 1 spider nest could easily wipe out a 10-man group of people. Uh, but a good counter to that is also Abigail because her minion can kill basically anything in the game. It's incredibly strong. It has like 600 health. It's impossible to die. It can kill any boss. So I would say she's also an A tier. Pretty strong character. Although one of the worst characters in the game is actually Wickerbottom, because Wickerbottom can't sleep, and this is a huge downside, because sleeping is one of the necessary things in the game, because your character might die from sleep deprivation if you don't sleep, so she basically just dies after like day 5. So she's a pretty useless character if you ask me. Um, and I'd say the worst character in the game is definitely Wartox, because when you play him, you basically just have no sanity because eating food lowers your sanity. So he's just the worst character in the game because you're like guaranteed to die when you play him because you're gonna have no sanity and shadow creatures are impossible to kite, so you die. Um, I would say the best character in the E tier category is definitely Wigfrid. She's pretty bad because you can only eat meat, and meat's like impossible to get because like most of those mobs just instantly kill you, like pigs and spiders and stuff like that. So she's kind of a stupid character. I don't know why they added her in the game, but I mean, I would say after her is Wolfgang because you just need to eat so much food that you just die. You can't get enough food. It's basically not possible. And I'd say above all of these characters, I'd put Wes in a solid D tier, because Wes can make balloons, and you can use those balloons to kill mobs, which is incredibly overpowered. So I would throw her right in D tier. It's pretty solid if you ask me. I'd also say I would say WX can probably go in D tier. The only main downside to him is his speed circuits, because the problem with him is to make them you need to catch bunnies. But the thing is catching bunnies is actually impossible because they just run away from you. You can never catch them. They're faster than you. So they're kind of useless, the speed circuits. I don't know why people say they're good because they're bad, but that's just facts right there. The next one would be Winona. I put her in D tier. She doesn't have any huge downsides. It's just that it uses food for her to craft things, which is a pretty big downside because food is like the best resource in the game besides sanity. So she's just like pretty bad, but I mean, definitely better than like Wartox and Wolfgang and the racist Maxwell. So she'd go there. I'd say it's a fair spot. And the last character on this list is going to be Warley. Warley's a pretty strong character. He can make a lot of foods, and he has a portable crock pot. So he's pretty broken if you ask me. Not as good as Word, but I'd say he goes in D tier. So yeah, that's my tier list. I don't think I did anything wrong. So if you disagree with me, just say it in the comments and I'll prove you wrong because I'm right. So thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, and subscribe.